everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we've got an absolutely fascinating true case study to unpack. We're going to be taking a close look at Dakota. He's a 32-year-old window cleaner who recently found himself basically staring down the barrel of a perfect storm of modern life stress. So how did he handle it? Well, he turned to artificial intelligence. But get this, he didn't just use it to, write an email or summarize a quick document. He used it as a full-blown, real-time life coach. The way this AI literally dissects human drama and these crazy logistical nightmares, it's something you really have to see to believe. Okay, let's dive into this and preview our roadmap. Today we're covering 1. A modern life crisis. 2. The multi-generational minefield. 3. Taming dogs and hostile exes. 4. The sudden eviction threat. 5. Negotiating with the landlord. And finally, 6. AI as a life coach. Section 1. A modern life crisis, Dakota's dual fronts. So to give you some context, Dakota works these really demanding 50-hour weeks for Everclear Property Services. And right now, he's caught between a massive, complicated future move and a current housing situation that is quite literally collapsing beneath his feet. He is physically exhausted and financially stressed to the max. Now, when the panic of this impending move hit him, Dakota's financial anxiety understandably spiked. But look at what the AI does first. It steps in and instantly de-escalates his panic by mathematically breaking down his bills. Dakota was looking at this $150 Rogers phone bill and totally stressing out, but the AI mapped out the contributions from his mom and his roommate Ryan, clearly showing Dakota that his actual out-of-pocket cost is only $40. You add a $37 loan, and his true fixed monthly costs are actually under $100. This brilliantly illustrates how AI can just strip away our emotional overwhelm and present us with cold, comforting, manageable facts. Section 2. The multi-generational minefield. Moving in. Dakota isn't just moving into some empty new apartment. He's stepping into a packed house with his girlfriend Jess, her 2 young girls, Alexis and Olivia, and Jess's grandmother. And the logistical hurdles of this house are honestly intense. The biggest one? Absolutely no one in this packed household currently drives. Not a single person. They rely entirely on ride shares, public transit, and delivery services. The AI immediately flagged this as a massive vulnerability and structured a solid plan. It advised Dakota to lock down a strict medical and vet emergency transport plan right out of the gate. But more importantly, it coached Dakota on how to seamlessly integrate. Since the grandmother actually owns the home, the AI explicitly guided Dakota to take over the heavy lifting, things like grocery deliveries and yard work. The goal was crystal clear: be a relief to the grandmother, not a burden. Plus, since the kids go to their dad's house on weekends, the AI helped them map out Friday through Sunday as a sacred weekend window to fiercely protect their relationship time. Let's move to and see how this builds into a really cohesive strategy. The AI took this incredibly overwhelming life transition and broke it down into a highly actionable 4-week countdown. Week 1, pitch a low-pressure trial run to grandma. Week 2, start handling the pets. Week 3, establish firm communication boundaries. Week 4, prep the kids. It totally transformed a chaotic, highly emotional event into a clean, simple, step-by-step checklist. Section 3. Taming dogs and hostile exes. Managing conflict. Because, as we all know, a simple checklist doesn't magically solve daily household drama. Dakota is stepping into a house divided by 3 territorial dogs and a relationship heavily shadowed by Jess's hostile ex-husband, Tyler, who loves sending provocative, mean texts. So, to protect Jess's peace, the AI introduced her to something called the gray rock method. See, Tyler was constantly trying to bait Jess into arguments, just draining her energy during the week. The AI coached her to treat Tyler purely like a business transaction. Filter out the personal attacks, respond only with brief, emotionless stacks about the kids' logistics, and completely mute his texts Monday through Friday. By starving the drama of oxygen, they instantly took their power back. But what about the kids? Alexis is 5 and Olivia is 7. Initially, Dakota and Jess were telling the girls to keep secrets, telling them not to talk about Dakota to their dad. The AI immediately flagged this as dangerous, pointing out that it puts intense emotional pressure on young kids and actually makes the ex way more suspicious. Instead, it deployed what it called the boring strategy. Let the kids talk, but coach them to share completely ordinary, mundane details, stuff like doing homework or eating tacos for dinner. It turns Dakota's presence into a boring, totally unweaponizable reality. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the AI applied that exact same level of behavioral psychology to the dogs. The house has 3 dogs that frankly do not like Dakota. The AI deduced that the 2 upstairs dogs were basically just scared barkers. The strategy for them? Ignore and toss cheese. Toss high-value treats and just walk away to build positive association. But the downstairs dog? That was a serious dog-aggressive wild card managed by Grandma. The AI instantly shifted gears from make friends to a strict airlock safety protocol, treating the downstairs boundaries like high-stakes security to prevent any sort of violent incident.
Section 4. The sudden eviction threat. The ticking clock. Dakota has his move beautifully mapped out for 30 days from now, but then his current living situation violently collapses right before his eyes.
The pacing here is wild. May 29th, the property manager emails demanding an immediate move out. May 30th, literally 2 days before the lease renewal, Dakota's roommates, Alicia and Cam, pack up and bolt to Kelowna without any warning whatsoever. May 31st, the lease expires. By June 1st, Dakota and his remaining roommate Mark are left entirely liable for the rent, totally blindsided, and facing an immediate, terrifying housing crisis.
And, the stakes here are incredibly real. The property manager sends this exact, harsh message. Kindly vacate the property right away, otherwise we will have no option but to go to RTDRS, and you will have to bear those expenses. The RTDRS is the Residential Tenancy Dispute Resolution Service Tribunal. So now, Dakota is facing a formal legal eviction proceeding with absolutely no money saved for an immediate move.
Section 5. Negotiating with the landlord. The AI steps in. This is where the AI truly flexes its capabilities, shifting from life coach to strategic legal assistant. Dakota starts feeding the AI the emails from the angry property manager. And the root of the landlord's anger was actually this number, $1,600. See, Dakota thought a property inspector had agreed to lower their $2,350 rent down to $1,600 since the other roommates bolted. Dakota had drafted an email asking for this extension. The property manager was furious, claiming they never agreed to that number and basically demanded they leave immediately. So the crucial point is how the AI handled this pivot. It told Dakota, stop arguing about the $1,600. Arguing price right now is going to trigger a legal eviction. Instead, the AI drafted this brilliant de-escalation response. It acknowledged the $2,350 rate to show good faith. It offered Dakota's $800 immediately to prevent a physical lockout. It framed the request not as them squatting, but as asking for a paid, structured extension to June 30th for a proper move-out inspection, which, by the way, landlords love. Finally, it strategically inserted the fact that Dakota has held stable employment at Everclear for 4 years. This transformed him from a risky, unknown squatter into a reliable tenant who just needs a 30-day runway. And here is just an incredible touch of empathy from the system. As Dakota worried about how to physically move his stuff, the AI reminded him that his roommate Mark was also enduring this immense, heavy stress. Instead of forcing Mark to rent and drive a massive U-Haul truck through busy city traffic, the AI recommended outsourcing the heavy lifting by hiring a local man with a van on Kijiji. It actively recognized the emotional toll and protected their friendship during an absolute nightmare scenario. Section 6. AI as a life coach, a new reality. This brings us to a really profound realization about what we are actually witnessing here today. We are so used to thinking of AI as a tool that just, writes code or summarizes articles, but this case study proves the evolution of artificial intelligence has crossed a major threshold. AI isn't just generating text anymore, it is providing organized calmness. It took a deeply emotional, chaotic, multi-generational family move and turned into a peaceful, step-by-step checklist. It took the sheer terror of a sudden eviction and an angry landlord, applied real-world negotiation tactics, and drafted high-stakes communications in real time to literally save Dakota from homelessness. It acted as a therapist, an organizer, and a legal advisor, all at the exact same time. And that leaves us with a massive, mind-bending question to consider. As artificial intelligence evolves from a simple chatbot answering trivia into a comprehensive, deeply empathetic life coach, therapist, and strategic legal assistant, how will this completely reshape the way you tackle your next personal crisis? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating case study with me today. Keep learning, keep organizing, and I'll catch you on the next Explainer.